Shalom, shalom. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakak Radash. Shalom and salutations and double honors to the men of Great Millstone. Shalom to the speckled bird, the confused face, the Akim and Aqua, the Akim on the highways and byways, and last but not least, the elect. My name is Jahalal, back again with another video. Street teaching, I will rock desire you be edified with it. And I'm going to entitle this because I got a list here. Observe the commandments. And this is what we are to do, is observe these commandments. We're here to do the work, but let's get the script. Let's get the understanding of observe real quick. Let's see something. Observe. Shamer. Observe is shamer. Shamer. Shamer, to observe. Let's get the understanding of observing. Observing, to keep. God, observe, give heed. To keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Have charge of. To watch for, to wait for. And that's pretty much it, to keep, to guard. So this is what observing is when it comes to these law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. We are to observe, to do these law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. So Aparak desire you be edified with that, man. Let's get some scriptures. We're going to get straight into it. Amos 3:7. And it reads, surely Yahweh, your power, will do nothing but revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. And the prophets are the men of GMS that are out here on these highways and byways, teaching and preaching week in and week out, season in season and out of season, teaching who you are, your heritage, your power, and the true name of who the world ignorantly calls God and JC. I got a precept for you right here. Amos 2:11. 2:11. Oh boy, I'm already tongue twisted already. And I have raised up of your sons for prophets, and of your young men and your young men as Nazarites. Is it not even thus, O children of Israel, saith the Lord? So the prophets are only Israelites. They're not anything else other than the Israelites. So don't ever get confused thinking that these people that you see on TV, these Edomites, these other nations of people, are prophets and teachers. And if they are, they're prophets and teachers on the left-hand side. Because they're here to deceive you, to enchant you, to have you be wow and wonder. Because that's what their job is to turn you away from the truth. 1 Colossians 25. Whereof I am made a minister according to the dispensation of the Most High, which is given to me for you to fulfill the word of the Most High, even the mystery which hath been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. Who is the saints? The saints are also the Israelites. The Israelites are everything to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and he cares nothing for the heathen nations. Now there are other scriptures that popped in my head, and let me get this one. Colossians 1 and 2. To the saints and the faithful brethren in Hamashiach, which are in Colossus, grace be unto you, and peace from the Most High, our Father, and in Yahweh, in the Lord, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach. So this work is only done by the Israelites. The saints are the Israelites. The prophets are the Israelites. And they are here to teach so you can observe and come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Especially in this time that we are in. We are in the time where the scriptures tell you you only have but a short time, and seek the Lord 10 times harder, because this is all going to be done with soon. And when it's done with, as one of the elders say from New York, I forgot his name, Salakia brother, he always says, and I've heard this before, and hopefully you have, when one door closes, another one opens. So the door of grace and liberty is going to close soon, and the door of judgment is going to open. And when that happens, it's going to be destruction. And as they say, all hell is going to break loose. And when it does, there's nothing you and nobody else can do about it but accept your fate. As they like to say, keep that same energy you got now. And in the scriptures, it says, whoever is faithful, let him be faithful. And whoever is wicked, let him be wicked. Roughly paraphrasing. So we're coming into the time of whatever you are, who you are, own it now. Psalms 148 and 13. Let them praise the name of Yahweh, for the name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near to him. Praise ye Yahweh. So again, like I just explained to you, the saints are Israelites. The prophets are Israelites. Shalakia. I got a precept for you. Psalms 50 and 5. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. And what's that sacrifice? Those are the ones that's out here on these highways and byways sacrificing their lives and freedom to do this work. Because there's no guarantee that we're going home today. But we pray to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai every day we step out of this. If you're smart, when you step out your home, that he watches over you with his angels. Because we're coming down to the time of persecution where Esau is going to get ready to just start snatching brothers if he deemed them to be a problem. Matthew 5 and 17. Think not, this is Yahweh Shah speaking, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. So Yahweh Shah is coming to fulfill prophecy, not to destroy the prophets or go against the prophets. Because the true prophets, they are under Yahweh Shah and they are one-minded, understanding everything that Yahweh Shah is teaching, they teach. That's why when you or if you're around those Old Testament cats, which is into this day, 2024 AD, you realize that those brothers are not the real prophets of the Lord. 18, verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. So all these prophecies must be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. And this is what we're doing every day. We're getting out on these highways and byways. We're getting on these on the internet, on the World Wide Web, and we're teaching and preaching the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And there's a whole bunch of other nonsense we could be doing in the world. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gave us the spirit to do this work. So these are the type of men that's out here doing this work. These are most likely going to be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endures forever, and all they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. And we have a lot of our people who are on that wave. They're going to die, as the scriptures foretold, because they decided not to observe these laws, statutes, and commandments. Revelations 14:12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High in the faith of Yahweh Shai. So these men are the men who have the patience to keep the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. These are the men who are doing the work and fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. These are the men who have the patience to do this work and to keep the commandments and teach the commandments. Luke 21:19 is a precept. And your patience possesses ye your souls. So with our patience, we're learning that our souls are possessed by the Spirit to specifically do what was commanded by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And there's nothing that's going to be able to pluck us out, roughly paraphrasing, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's hand, because he's the one that has us. Hebrews 8:7. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. Because we broke the first covenant, the Lord loved us so much, he gave his only begotten Son to prepare a place for us and to build a second covenant. How about that, huh? For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, the northern and southern kingdoms, which are split, Now, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith Yahweh. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel in those days, saith Yahweh. I will put my laws into their minds and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them the power, and they shall be to me a people. So this time, that's how you know we're not in the second covenant, because the law, statutes, and commandments are not in our inward parts. They're not in our mind, and they're not in our hearts. We're still out here teaching, because when the second covenant occurs, we won't have to be out here teaching. But we're still out here teaching to this day. That's because we're getting ready to go through Jacob's trouble. Matter of fact, I'm going to get it real quick. Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he, which is the elect, shall be saved out of it. So the elect is going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble. And when that happens, they're going to be people that's jealous. They're going to be those people that's mad. And they're going to be those people that's scared. Because they realize that the time that they had is no longer, like I just said earlier, about one door closing and one door opening. Jeremiah 31:24. And there shall dwell in Judah itself, and in all that cities thereof together, husbandmen, and they go forth with flocks. For I have sustained the weary soul, sustained the weary soul, and I have replenished every sorrowful soul. So this is going to happen in the new covenant. We're not going to be sad anymore. We're not going to be depressed anymore. We're not going to be in a position of feeling that there's no hope anymore, because the Lord is going to put into us the understanding, from the least of us to the great of us. And we're going to feel great about who we are and what we got to do. We won't have any more misconception or misdirection. We won't be confused anymore about which way or where to go, because the Lord is going to allow us to have the vision to see everything for what it truly is. Isaiah 66:21. And I will make Salakia, and I will also take them for priests and for Levites, saith Yahweh. For as the new heavens and the new earth which I will make shall remain before me, saith Yahweh, so shall your seed and your name remain. So we're going to always be, and we're not going to have to worry about the law, statutes, and commandments and in breaking them, because it's going to be in our inward parts. And we're going to always walk righteously. We're not going to be doing wicked things in the kingdom. And we're also going to teach the heathen nations these laws, statutes, and commandments. So the whole world, when Yahushua comes back, and after he do his work, is going to be in order. Because right now, everything, any and everything, is upside down. Zechariah 14:16. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King and the Lord of hosts, and keep the feast of tabernacles. So the heathen nations are going to celebrate our high holy days. There won't be no more pagan holidays. There won't be no more shrimps going to be able to live on the earth, in the sea again. Pigs are going to be able to do their job and live on the earth without being slaughtered and eaten. And everybody's going to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Check it out. Exodus 31, because everybody's going to be doing this. Everybody's going to follow the Sabbath. Everybody is going to practice these laws, statutes, and commandments and do it the right way. Exodus 31:15. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest. There won't be no more working 7 days a week, being on call and going in, working 7 days. And there won't be no more working for 2 weeks or working a week, and every other week you get your paycheck. Or once a month you get a paycheck. When you work, you get paid. Everything's going to be, again, in order, as the scriptures have said it to be. And this is why we out here too. A lot of times I come out here, people pass by, and we're fooled for Yahweh Shah. So we're out here showing who we are with our robes, wearing our garment brought at the blue with fringes, gold fringes, and people are looking. They're looking at the 12 sign chart, and I like to put the flags of you so-called bywords of the nation of Israel. So they see that and they're intrigued by that. It's been people who have come and stopped by, whether Northern Kingdom or Southern Kingdom, just because they've seen their flags of their so-called countries on the board. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he surely will be put to death. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant. And it is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made of heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested, and he was refreshed. And he gave unto us Moses, when he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone, written with the finger of the Most High. So the Lord has always been looking out for us, because he's the Ancient of Days. There's no beginning, no end to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And he has declared the end from the beginning. So he already knew what we were going to do and how we're going to go off. Bugs slowly just ran up on me. And yo, believe it or not, these bugs be in sync with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. These birds are in sync with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. One thing I can say for a fact is learning these and doing and speaking these scriptures and observing to do these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of my ability has made me more in tune and more alert to the things around me, from the smallest itty-bitty thing to the biggest things, because I truly understand that everything is spiritual and coming out of that carnal mind. But it's not easy, because Esau has made it very tough. Plus, when you're in this flesh and blood, you're subject to want to please the flesh, you know? This is why Yahweh Shai said that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Because we are always at war with this flesh and blood. And believe it or not, sometimes it's best to feed the flesh, because there has to be a balance. Unbalance is abomination to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So there has to be some kind of balance within doing this work and walking your carrying your cross. Because what happens is, when you go too long without feeding your flesh, it's almost like fasting. You fast for 24 hours, maybe 18 hours, 24 hours. If you're not patient, you can go about eating the wrong things, too much of it, and then that can make you sick. Again, it's like this truth. When you're weaned off the milk and you're eating too much meat, you can get sick. Or when you when you eat this roll, because it tastes like honey, when you eat too much of it, the honey is going to make you sick when you digest it. And what are you going to do? Regurgitate it back out. And that's not good for you. Let's get some more scripture. So it's a nice day. It's starting to get what do you call it? Humid. The humidity is starting to build. But man, the world today, man, things are changing very fast. Before you know it, we're going to be in that NWO. I was just telling this young man, I don't know if he's a young man, but I'm thinking he is, at the register of a dollar store when I went to go get a couple of things today, how we're about to have a cashless society out here. And he was just like, he didn't know anything. He was like, oh, for real? Really? And I was like, yeah, BRICS Nations is taking over. He's like, for real? What's BRICS Nations? So in my mind, I'm like, wow, you're not knowing what's going on out here. Not that you know what I mean, like it's your position to understand these types of things, but I mean, we're on the brink of this world changing. And when it changes, that's going to be it, man. Deuteronomy 9:10. And Yahweh delivered unto me 2 tables of stone, written with the finger of the Most High, and on them was written according to all the words which Yahweh spake with you on the mount out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. And it came to pass at the end of the 40 days and 40 nights, that's when Moses and the Lord was giving him the law, statutes, and commandments to Moses, that Yahweh gave me the 2 tables of stone, even the tables of the covenant. And Yahweh said unto me, arise, get thee down quickly from hence, for thy people which thou hast brought forth out of Egypt have corrupted themselves. They are quickly turned aside out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten image. So real quick, we were brought out of Egypt and we are already going back into sin. Even after we've seen the miracles that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has done for us, we was already quickly to go back into sin. That's because that's all we knew under the Egyptians is to be wicked. And the Lord knew, as he told Moses, that we was going to go back left. Even after he'd done all those miracles to get us to the wilderness and to save our lives, provided water and food, safety and shelter for us. And we still go left. Proverbs 20:24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? It is a snare to the man who devoureth that which is holy, and after vows to make inquiry. So we're just wicked as hell, man. We're just all the way. If you left us to our own devices, man, we fuck up everything. Kinda like how Esau is and how Jake women are. You leave them to their own devices and they go left. Just wicked as hell. Matthew 19:16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? So we already knew, we understood through the scriptures in the ancient times that we would have eternal life, and that we would be like gods on the earth again after Yahushua has come. But listen, this is what Yahushua said. And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is the Most High. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. Observe to do these commandments. It's practice to get in to the new heaven. And unfortunately, a lot of our people don't want to practice these commandments. They don't want to observe these commandments. They want to do wickedness, and they're comfortable with it. Matthew 22:34. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, because they was trying to tempt the Lord Yahushua, they was trying to get him to fumble up. They were trying to set snares for him. But the Lord understood their ways and their thought process. They were gathered together. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question. When it says lawyer, that means he was a Levite. He was a Levite. And asked him a question, tempting him, and saying, Master, which is the greatest commandment in the law? Yahushua said unto him, that thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. These are some of the greatest commandments. Here's a precept for you. It wouldn't be right if I didn't get a precept for you for that. Deuteronomy 6:5. And thou shalt love Yahweh thy power with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. Another precept right here. Leviticus 19:18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, your neighbors, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, and I am Yahweh. So he has given us over and over again understanding. We just choose not to listen. We choose not to hear. We choose not to follow the ways. We want to do our own thing. This is why a lot of us must be destroyed. We're too far gone. Romans 13:8. Owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. And when we come out here, this is love. When we're teaching these laws, statutes, and commandments, this is love. John 14:15. If ye love me, keep my commandments. Just that simple. I'm going to jump down to 21. He that hath my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me, and he that loveth me shall be loved by my Father, and I will love him and will manifest myself to him. So the Lord is only dealing with those who show love. And how do you show love to Yahweh? By keeping these laws, statutes, commandments. Let's get another scripture real quick on love. Because people think they know what love is, and they have no idea. 1 John 5:2. By this we know that we love the children of the Most High, when we love the Most High and keep his commandments. For this is the love of the Most High. We keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. That's how you know you're doing the work and you're keeping the commandments. Let's see what I got here. I got a scripture right here for you. Proverbs 31:30. Faith is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth Yahweh, she shall be praised. And I brought that out because you women are fickle when it comes to loyalty, when it comes to faith, when it comes to these wisdom and understanding. It's all about pleasing you. You're all about pleasing your flesh. And I understand it. I have a daughter and I have a wife. And they can't help it. Sirach 9:3. Meet not with a harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. Use not much verse 4. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts. So, and I kind of always knew that. In my spirit, without even understanding the truth at the time, that, you know, I've always told people that was close to me, or just through conversation if the Spirit brought it up, that I didn't grow up. My mother didn't teach me, nor did my father teach me about, I was simping for women. We all do until we start learning and understanding. And, you know, I didn't understand what that was about as far as love was concerned, definitely. I thought I loved, and I just read to you what love is. But when I started getting, you know, old enough to start, you know, doing my thing, you know, being practicing the sex, I kind of seen women for what they were at the time in my life, and that was for sex. You know, bless my mom, or bless my father, who chose my mom to teach me how to take care of myself. So once I understood that, it was just better for me. And I never got myself in a situation where I couldn't do for myself. So I've always seen women as pleasurable to the eye and pleasurable to the body. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that there's other things because they help me. They're here to serve. But that's ultimately what I've always seen women for. Sirach 26:8. A drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. These women do not care at all about shame today. Everything's about what can they do to get their thing off. I'm gonna get ready to shut it down. Get a couple more scriptures. Sirach 12:17. If adversity come upon thee, and thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his hand and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. So be careful about these kind of people, because they wicked as hell. The Bible teaches you so much, and if you are in line with it, it'll be the best walk that you'll ever have in your life. Isaiah 33:5. The Lord is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. And this is what we're here to do. And especially in these last days, is to teach and preach. So we can get out of here, man. It's time to get out of here. So, let's see. Sirach 5:7. Make no tarry to turn to Yahweh, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So do not make any tarry to come back. And I said that in the beginning of this lesson, is that do not make any tarry to come back from Yahweh, come back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, because it's going to be a time real soon, and the Lord said he's going to come like a thief in the night, and he's going to destroy a lot of things, man. We're going to get ready to end it right here, man. Proverbs 29:1. He that being often reproved, harden his neck, shall certainly be destroyed, and that without remedy. So don't worry about what's going on with this world. Continue to do the right thing, following these laws, statutes, and commandments. I got a quick precept for you, and I'm going to shut it down. 2nd Esdras 14:13. Now therefore set thy house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Another one I have is Jeremiah 10:24. O Yahweh, correct me, but with judgment, not in thy anger, lest thou bring me to nothing. So with that, I'm going to rock this out. You will edify, man. I'm going to say, Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekak Radash. Shalom and salutations and double honors again to the great men of Great Millstone, where I learned this 100% truth from. Shalom to the speckled bird, the confused face, the Akim and Aqua, the Akim on the highways and byways, and last but not least, the elect. My name is Yahallah. Abu Rakazah, you will edify. And again, observe to do these laws, statutes, and commandments. You only have but a short time. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.